what initially inspired you both? And were there any particular role models that you sort of looked upon, whether they are national or international role models that could be male or female, that you thought, actually they are really aspirational people, and we're kind of, inspired by what they're achieving, and did that instill a kind of like hope for you that you can be passionate about what you're doing and really achieve the very best?
So I personally think that it's all because of our own community, our imam, because that has played a huge role in who we are and what we are trying to do, right? So he has been a huge role model for us. And despite that, as I told you earlier, that I get inspiration from the women that are around me. If it could be my mother, my aunt, anybody who is doing something extraordinary for women, going out of the box and trying to do something, they love doing. The way my sister and I, the way our, attitudes changed, the way our behaviors changed, the way we groomed ourselves. I think that is something that we also wanted to see in other girls. And I don't know if you know it, but there are a lot of remote areas in the north, right? And some of those areas are like they don't have proper facilities. They don't the women don't know about sanitation, they don't know about cleanliness, or they don't know what the world can offer to them, right? So that the sense of giving the girls the opportunity to go out, explore, play football, or I don't think it's just about football. It's more about grooming their personalities, and creating a space for them where they could maybe become financially independent. So you don't have to fight everyone to make them believe that you're doing the right thing. You just have to keep on doing it, and until the time comes when the same people would come back and they would start clapping for you, right? So you just have to be consistent, you just have to be resilient if you really want to play. So I would really like to tell the younger girls that you don't have to be scared of anything, you don't have to feel pressurized about anything if you want to do something in life. So I think that is something that I've realized very late. But women should be really strong when it comes to dealing with the public.
We were not like the ordinary girls, would just play with dolls and all that. So we used to play cricket with boys in the streets, and people will go crazy over this as well. So from there it all started, where we developed this interest in sports. And one day we were introduced to football through our local coach in the Jamaat Khana. So they were just making a team so that our girls from Aga Khan community can go and participate as well. So that's where we, my father pushed us. He was like, go and play. You girls are already playing cricket, so you should give a try to football as well. I know that the girls are so courageous that they will keep it going. They will not stop. This is what we experienced in these 3-4 years, that the girls are not going to stop now. There's no force that can stop them now, because it takes people. There's a difference. One thing is that people talk about a goal and they don't do it on a ground, and then there's a thing that you start something on ground, no matter you started with very basic facility, no matter you started with a very low financial aid or something, but that thing gets so much what can you say, it gets everywhere. And now when we see the girls and when they meet us, they are like, Miss, when is the next tournament coming up? When are we going to play again? So this is the thing that keeps us going.
Samara, I think you've become a real role model for girls like in the area. But I wanted to know who your role models were and who inspired you to, go into football.
To be honest, I never shared it with my sister as well, Karishma. But I think she's my role model. She's younger than me. She's bold because I'm the older one, so I'm a little emotional and I'm very childish type. But she's very bold, and she's the one who started riding bikes. When I was just learning cycles, she was the one who started with bicycles. She would if someone would say anything to her, she would not ignore it, but she will fight for it. Or so I think she's my she's the one I look onto that. Oh, because she has done so many things and so many difficult tasks as well, that now when I think of her, she's my inspiration. Yeah.
In that time in playing, I realised that football sport is a lot, not just hard psychologically, it's hard physically, obviously hard mentally, but sometimes those low times in sport can make you think about giving it up, and I had those thoughts. And even though on paper I had everything, I felt very empty, very dissatisfied. And that's in my second year at Portsmouth. That's when I started to go to church with my wife. And that's when we heard the news about Christ and why he did what he did on the cross for us. And even though it didn't make sense, it intrigued me. And then for the next 6 weeks or so, I was asking lots of questions. And in the end, all the questions that I thought would catch people out, they had all the answers to. So, it was either I was wrong or they were wrong. And I just thought, what have I got to lose? So at that moment, I said a little prayer, thinking, well, that's it. Nothing more will happen. I'll be a secret Christian, go church on Sundays, don't tell anybody else. But within 4 or 5 months, some dramatic things happened to me and to some of my teammates. And over the course of the next 3 to 4 years, there were 10 players at the club that became Christian. So, the biggest thing in all of that, biggest thing for me was, before I was a Christian, my identity was wrapped up in football. I was a footballer and this is the expectation. But once I became a Christian and started to ask questions and read the Bible, and I realised I was more than a footballer.
So my name's Yasmin. I started Sister FC in 2018. I think with me, football was so different with me because I had an actual passion for football. I actually wanted to be a professional footballer when I was young. The only reason why I was stopped because my parents were like to me, like, Yasmin, like, you're Muslim, you wear hijab, like, how do you feel like you're going to be accepted for who you are? Yeah. And play football. And from a young age, like, my parents told me this, like, from the first time I got scouted from a professional team. And I just kind of just put it to my background, like, it's as if something I couldn't do. But because I loved it so much, I was like, no one could tell me I can't play. You get it? So I always played. Like, it didn't matter if I didn't find girls to play or I didn't find teams to play. Like, I'll play with the boys in the area, and I'll just play in an all-guys team. I will literally be the only girl all my life. So that's why I'd never stop playing. My intention was just that I'm getting girls to come play football. So I'm like, yo, like, I'm gonna teach you and it's for free, and just come and exercise. Like, you shouldn't say that I'm not playing because you're wearing a hijab. You know, that to me, that was really sad. Like, and I was like, because that never stopped me, so I was like, this is the mentality that I had growing up. Like, it's just like, I don't have to conform to your idea. Like, I would I would wear what I have to wear, and you can't tell me that I can't wear that. Do you get it? What are they gonna say? Health and safety. You can't wear hijab. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm tucking in my hijab. Like, what's the problem? I use football as a form of escapism. Like, it was for my mental health. Like, it was for like a place that I can go to and escape anything that's going on in my life. I know that when I'm on that pitch and I'm playing, like, I'm not thinking about like the worldly stuff, you know. And then after I have a good session of like an hour and a half of like playing football, scientifically, like, it's proven that your body feels great, your mind feels great, you know. I will tell myself, my younger self, like, no matter what, like, just like I feel like I've always done, like, no matter what, like, you can do what you want to do. Do you know what I mean? Your hijab does not limit you, like, you know. And just like stick to what you love doing, like, because it's only like something that you love and you're passionate about, yeah, you can carry this long, and for like, you can carry it this strong and like this, and for this long. Do you get it? Like, if I had no passion and I was doing it all for the wrong reasons, then this idea would have just like dropped from like time ago, you know. So I'll say just believe in yourself type of thing, and have like good intentions on what you're doing. Yeah, I feel like having the right intentions is like very important.
Your dreams for yourself, where would you like to see yourself go?
Yeah, in Saudi, like in Medina, you know, because when I'm like more in like a few years, I want to be there, you know, to know more to my more to my religion, because I know it's so important for me, and also it's so important also for my baby boy. Yeah, I have only one hero, is my mom, you know. For me, it's my hero because he helped me too much. I am here today. He do too much like sacrifice. This is why. And also, I don't have another. I have one hero. It's like different, and his hero for all Muslim brother and sister. It's like Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. It's like I give all my baby boy name to him. All my baby name is like they name Muhammad Taha, Mohammed Al-Bashir. I give all my baby name to him because for me he's my star, he's my everything. I love him so much, and peace and love. We never know tomorrow, you know. We don't have any like choice to help people, you know, to do somewhat for nothing. I know we are here for something, you know. We are here to give love and to take love, you know. We need to love each other, you know. Take people like on yourself, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, just peace and love, yeah.
Doesn't matter what religion you are, you can do it, and you shouldn't feel that you can't. I've seen it more in sports. I think religion is becoming more acceptable in sports, especially during like Ramadan. I saw some games where they stopped it for the players so they could like have a drink or something, which was really good. And when like teams win and stuff, they do like to throw alcohol in the air sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think for Liverpool once, I think there was a game where Mo Salah, because he's Muslim, their players were very accepting, and they didn't throw any just for him, so he felt comfortable. I think the France situation, that's like not very good, the fact that they banned the hijab. I think that just puts Muslims back from playing, really, if they're not allowed to be who they are on the pitch, because that's what football's for, being who you are. I've had many like football inspirations I've looked to, but they're not like Muslim or anything. It's just the way they play I enjoy. One of my top ones is a player called Alexa Putellas. She's a Spanish footballer. She plays for Barcelona.
Yeah.
And I love her work ethic, her commitment, and the fact that she can make a difference in football for women. I think that's why I really look up to her, especially.
Has she fueled like your motivation and like your passion for football then?
For sure, yeah, she has.
Have you ever seen someone not be able to play because of like what they're wearing or because of what they're not wearing as well, like in football?
Yeah, I think, no, I haven't school. I remember like someone was wearing a headscarf and she wanted to play. I remember the teacher said, because she was like a sub, and the teacher wouldn't let her play. I don't really know why, but she never actually got to play even though she really wanted to. Maybe if it was the hijab, I'm not really sure. I hope that there are more Muslim women in sport. I really hope that they feel that if you genuinely like sports and you enjoy, that you can pursue it as a career choice. And I hope to do so too. And that the fact there is no religion or no gender in football, and if you really want to do it, you can. You just have to like believe in yourself, and you can do it.